A man held a gun to my wife's face, hands shaking, eyes wild with a delusional sense of authority, right in our front yard, all because she jogged past the HOA clubhouse without ID. What he didn't know, and what I'd have paid to see dawn on his face, was that the woman he was threatening with a cheap knockoff Glock was Major Amelia Stone, an active Delta Force operator, back from a classified mission just 2 days earlier. Her field gear still sat unpacked in our garage. And there she stood, facing a wannabe security guard gripping his weapon sideways like he'd learned it from a low-budget action flick. I knew she could have disarmed him with a twig and a shoelace. But in a rare moment of restraint, she gave him a chance to back off. He didn't take it. That's when things got real. We'd moved to Maple Grove Estates to escape noise, chaos, and unwanted attention. Ironic, considering my wife once neutralized a bomb in a monsoon while freeing hostages from a terrorist compound. She craved peace, a place to jog, tend a garden, maybe build a chicken coop. Me? A cybersecurity geek and self-proclaimed indoor enthusiast, I needed a quiet basement and fast internet. We thought we'd found the perfect spot, a secure, family-friendly community just outside the city. The brochures promised a sanctuary with community spirit and family-oriented events. Nowhere did they mention vigilante security patrols playing soldier with golf carts. The red flags were subtle at first. Black golf carts parked outside the HOA clubhouse, emblazoned with Neighborhood Safety Division in bold white letters. They looked like SWAT vehicles if SWAT needed cup holders and tacky lawn ornament decals. One even had blue lights zip-tied to the roof. I thought it was quirky, maybe for a Halloween parade. I was wrong. Dead wrong. These people were deadly serious. They issued tickets for walking dogs off-leash on private property. We kept to ourselves that first week. Amelia, fresh from deployment, organized the garage and installed perimeter cameras. Habit, not paranoia, she said. It grounded her. I dove into code, ignoring the weirdness piling up. The HOA president, Dorothy Wheeler, introduced herself within 24 hours, sporting a laminated badge, 2 clipboards, and a smug smile that dared questions. She declared herself always available and handed us a 74-page rulebook. I skimmed it, half amused, until I realized it was serious. Rules included no outdoor laundry, grass not to exceed 2.75 inches, and my favorite, residents must not appear intimidating during recreational activity. When I asked what intimidating meant, Dorothy's smile tightened. You know it when you see it. Red flag number 1. Amelia, ever the diplomat, thanked her with the same calm she'd used diffusing warzone standoffs. Her ability to blend in, to ease tension with a nod, made what happened on day 8 jaw-dropping. It was a typical morning. Amelia laced up her sneakers, threw on a hoodie, popped in earbuds, and went for a jog. I brewed coffee and started debugging a client's server. Then my phone pinged a motion alert from our street-facing camera. Expecting a delivery, I glanced at the feed and froze. 2 Neighborhood Safety Division golf carts blocked the road. Amelia stood between them, hands slightly raised. A pot-bellied man in a tactical vest aimed a pistol at her chest, yelling incoherently. I dropped my mug, sprinting outside barefoot. I arrived as 2 more officers flanked him, looking confused but trying to project authority. Amelia was calm, breathing evenly, eyes locked on the gun. I started forward, ready to yell, when her right hand twitched, a subtle signal to hold back. The man, Officer Carl Mason, as I'd later learn, ranted about suspicious activity, jogging without ID, and HOA security standards. I blinked, dumbfounded. Who jogs with a badge on their hoodie? Amelia's voice was steady. Are you law enforcement? Mason puffed up. We're HOA police. That's above city cops here. A faint smile flickered on Amelia's lips, the kind she saved for foes who didn't know they'd already lost. She gave him one last chance. Sir, I respectfully request you lower your weapon for your own safety. He refused. And then it was over. In one blink, The gun skidded across the pavement. In the next, Mason was face down, arm in a textbook compliance hold. Amelia hadn't even broken a sweat. Bayview police arrived minutes later. Mason and his crew wailed about assault and resisting HOA authority. The lead officer glanced at Amelia's credentials, her real ones, and nodded. "Ma'am, you're free to go," he said, almost deferential. The HOA crew wasn't so lucky. Dorothy Wheeler rolled up 10 minutes later to find her captain nursing a bruised ego. Her face suggested someone had torched her prized rose garden. That should have ended it. It didn't. Instead, Dorothy declared war not just on Amelia, but on us both. She had no clue she was poking a lion. Amelia wasn't some suburban pushover. She trained elite soldiers and led village reclamations in war zones. Dorothy thought she ruled this neighborhood. Amelia had liberated cities. The emergency HOA meeting was set for 7 p.m. By 6:30, Maple Grove Estates looked like a block party: lawn chairs, coolers, popcorn, even nachos. Teens live-streamed it. Dorothy marched into the clubhouse, khaki vest dripping with HOA pins, Bluetooth headset fit for a NASA mission. A whiteboard behind her read Emergency Response Strategy, complete with stick figures, a threat actor with devil horns and a heroic defender resembling Mason, but with absurdly buff arms. Dorothy opened with drama. "Neighbors, it is with a heavy heart I report a violent assault on one of our peacekeepers." Peacekeepers, not volunteers. Like this was a UN mission. Mason slouched on stage, arm in a sling, looking like he'd swallowed sour milk. I raised my hand. "Yes, Mr. Stone?" Dorothy sneered. "Quick question," I said. "When did jogging with a Fitbit become grounds for armed confrontation?" The room chuckled. Dorothy didn't. Things unraveled when hacked body cam footage surfaced. A teen had pulled it from the HOA's cloud sync device. The video was undeniable. Amelia jogging calmly, Mason screeching up in a golf cart, drawing a gun, and Amelia disarming him with surgical precision. Silence followed. Someone muttered, "We should pay her HOA dues." Dorothy stammered about unauthorized footage and deep fakes, but the damage was done. The room turned. Neighbors demanded audits. Questions flew. Where were dues going? Why a private militia with golf carts and zip-tied sirens? Within days, Amelia launched Operation Green Lawn, a campaign of relentless, fact-based exposure. Flyers listed HOA spending discrepancies, signs mocked Dorothy's rule, and door-to-door talks, calm, evidence-driven, rallied support. Dorothy flailed, issuing fines, threats, and overnight bylaws. Nothing stuck. While Dorothy panicked, Amelia dismantled her operation with the patience of a field commander unraveling enemy supply lines, quietly, methodically, decisively. When a federal audit, triggered by Amelia's detailed reports, hit, Dorothy's reign collapsed. There were more antics, golf cart chases, courtroom dramas, desperate live stream rants, but those are tales for another day. Today, Maple Grove Estates is calm. Kids bike freely, gardeners garden, and no one measures grass with a ruler. Amelia jogs every morning, no clipboard patrols, no threats, just sneakers on pavement, breathing free. Dorothy Wheeler? Last I heard, she's peddling timeshares in Nevada. When you try to lord over a neighborhood with real heroes, you don't just lose, you get disarmed, politely and professionally, by Delta Force. Amelia's stand reshaped Maple Grove. The HOA was dissolved, replaced by a transparent community council. Mason and his crew faced misdemeanor charges, and Dorothy's financial missteps led to restitution orders. Amelia and I stayed, our home now truly a sanctuary. Her morning jogs inspire neighbors, a reminder that strength and dignity outlast petty tyrants. Maple Grove Estates thrives, free of golf cart goons, a testament to what happens when you challenge a Delta Force major on her own turf.